I'm running diagnostics on the substation relay when my phone rings. Fourth time in 10 minutes. Normally I'd ignore it. Protocol says no personal calls when you're elbow deep in a 220 kilovolt system, but the caller ID says Jenna Mobile, and my daughter doesn't call during school unless something's wrong. I strip off my insulated gloves. Check the lockout tags one more time even though I know the power's isolated. 22 years doing electrical work for Arizona Public Service. I've seen what happens when you assume. Guy I knew in Phoenix, not well, just someone who worked substations near Sky Harbor. Got sloppy with his safety checks. They found him 3 days later when someone complained about the smell. Dad. Jenna's voice cracks. 16 years old, junior year at Flagstaff High. Takes honors chemistry because she thinks she wants to be a pharmacist. Right now she sounds like she's 8 again. That time she called me from her friend's house because Alicia's mom was fighting with someone and Jenna didn't know what to do. What's wrong? You hurt. I'm already walking toward my truck, a 2015 F-250 with a busted CD player that only plays Willie Nelson now. Something got stuck in there 2 years back. There's something wrong with Mr. Delacroix, our physics teacher. He was writing on the board and then he just, Dad, he's standing there but also he's not. There's 2 of him. 3. They're all overlapping and static cuts through the line. Not regular cell interference. I've heard enough radio feedback in my life to know different types of signal degradation. This sounds like someone's playing her voice backwards and forwards at the same time. Jenna? Jenna, talk to me. The static resolves. And he touched Brianna Ruiz and now she's doing it too. Flickering. The principal came in and locked the door from outside. We're all in here. Dad, what's happening? Flagstaff High is 17 miles north of the substation. I'm doing math I don't want to do. 17 miles at... I can't drive the posted limit, not with this, call it 15 minutes if I push it and don't hit the construction zone on 89A. Stay away from anyone flickering. Far as you can get. Which classroom? B-wing? Room 214. Second floor. Dad. Some of them are trying to get out the windows, but they're painted shut. The old ones that don't open right. Mr. Delacroix is, he's walking toward us, but also he's still at the board. Both of him. All of him. I'm in the truck. Key in the ignition. The radio comes on automatically, local AM news, KNAU. They're mid-sentence. Reports of similar incidents at the Lowell Observatory and the Northern Arizona University Physics Building. Witnesses describe individuals appearing in multiple locations simultaneously. The Flagstaff Police Department is asking residents to. The signal cuts out. Comes back different. Same voice, different words. Confirmed fatalities at the Peaks Particle Research Facility. Evacuate North Flagstaff immediately. Repeat. Evacuate. Then it's just static. My phone shows the call duration. For minutes, 18 seconds. Jenna's still on the line, but I can't hear anything except that backwards-forward static. I'm coming. Stay away from the windows. Stay away from anyone flickering. 15 minutes. I end the call before I can hear whether she responds. The substation is technically still hot. I didn't finish my safety check. Didn't complete the relay diagnostics. Someone else will have to lock it out properly. First time in 22 years I've left a job incomplete. My supervisor Perry will chew me out. Perry's a good guy. Came to Jenna's quinceanera even though we only worked the same shift 3 times that year. He'll understand. Or he won't. Doesn't matter. The access road from the substation is a quarter mile of gravel before it hits the highway. My F-250 doesn't like going fast on gravel. Suspension's gotten soft. Needs work I keep putting off. But I'm doing 45 by the time I see the intersection ahead. There's a white Nissan Altima stopped at the turn. Just sitting there, engine running. I can see exhaust in the cold air. January in Flagstaff, it's been dropping to 20 degrees at night. Not terrible, but not warm either. I slow down, tap the horn. The driver's door is open. No one inside. I'm about to go around when I see him. Guy in his 30s, jeans and a Cabela's jacket, standing about 15 feet from the car. He's facing me but also facing away, both at once. His head is turned toward me and toward the tree line, and the positions overlap like a bad photocopy. Two versions of the same person occupying the same space but slightly offset. I've seen double exposure photographs before. My dad used to do film photography, had a darkroom in the garage when I was growing up in Prescott. This looks like that, except it's not a photograph, it's a person, and both versions are moving. One reaches toward the car. The other reaches toward me. I reverse. Too fast. Gravel sprays and the truck fishtails, but I correct it. Get back onto the access road properly. In the rearview mirror, the guy, both versions of him, starts walking toward my truck. Not running. Walking. But fast. Too fast. The speed doesn't match the leg movement. There's only one road out of this substation. I'm going to have to go around him or through the scrub brush on either side. The brush is mostly manzanita and pinyon. Not dense, but enough to tear up my undercarriage. The truck's a 2015, but it's got 180,000 miles on it. I need it to last another year at least. Payments on a new one would kill me, especially with Jenna's college coming up. I'm thinking about truck payments while there's a guy flickering in multiple time states walking toward me faster than he should be able to walk. The radio comes back on. Different station. Emergency broadcast tone. Temporal field breach at the Peaks Research Facility has resulted in a Level 5 causality event. All residents within a 50-mile radius of Flagstaff are advised to static, then backwards speech, then nothing. I put the truck in drive and aim for the gap between the flickering guy and a big pinyon pine on the right side of the road. The gap looks maybe 8 feet wide. The F-250 is 6.5 feet wide without the mirrors. The guy moves. Except he doesn't move, he's just suddenly closer. Like frames of a video were deleted. He was 15 feet away and now he's 8 feet away and I didn't see the transition. I floor it. The truck lurches forward, gravel popping under the tires. I'm aimed at the gap, but the guy is in the gap now. Didn't see him move there either, and I have maybe 1 second to decide whether to hit him or swerve into the pinyon. Jenna's in a classroom 17 miles away with a teacher who's flickering and students trying to get out of painted shut windows. I don't swerve. The impact sounds wrong, like hitting something hollow. The truck shudders but doesn't stop. In the side mirror, I see the guy on the ground, except he's also still standing, and there's a third version of him now. This one aged, older, gray-haired, same Cabela's jacket but weathered. All three versions start following my truck. I hit the highway doing 65. The three versions of the flickering guy recede in my rearview mirror. They're still following, but they can't match the truck speed. By the time I'm a quarter mile down 89A, they're just shapes in the distance. Highway 89A should be clear this time of day. Tuesday, 10:47 a.m. Most people are at work or school. Should be light traffic between the substation and Flagstaff proper. There are cars stopped everywhere. Not parked, stopped. Middle of the road, hazards on, some with doors hanging open. A green Honda CR-V is sideways across both lanes with the driver still inside, slumped over the wheel. I slow down enough to check if they need help. The driver raises their head, then raises it again. Two heads, same person, slightly offset. One version looks at me. The other version is still slumped. A third version, older, is opening the door. I swerve around the CR-V and accelerate. My phone rings. Different ringtone, that's my supervisor, Perry. I let it go to voicemail. 5 seconds later, it rings again. Perry doesn't call twice unless something's on fire or someone died. This is Ray. Zamora, where the hell are you? I've got dispatch saying the West Hills substation is still hot. Relay panel open. Your truck gone. Family emergency. My daughter. Is she at Flagstaff High? The way he asks stops me. Not skeptical, not annoyed. Careful. Like he already knows and wishes he didn't. Yeah. B-wing, second floor. Teacher started flickering. They locked the kids in. Perry, what's happening? Static on the line. When Perry comes back, his voice is layered, like two versions of him talking a half-second apart. Test at Peaks. Particle accelerator. Something went wrong. Started at 9:15 this morning. Now it's spreading. Ray, they're saying don't go near anyone affected. Don't touch them, don't. His voice cuts to static. Then I hear him from earlier in the conversation. West Hills substation is still hot. I end the call. The construction zone on 89A is a half-mile stretch where they're widening the road for a new housing development. This has been going on for 8 months. Supposed to finish in April, but everyone knows it'll run into summer. The contractor is a company called Pinnacle Excavation out of Phoenix, and they use the cheapest flaggers I've ever seen. Last month, one of them waved me through while a backhoe was crossing. Today, there's no flagger. The construction equipment is there. A Caterpillar grader, 2 dump trucks with Pinnacle logos, an excavator with its arm extended, but no workers. The grader's engine is running. I can hear it from inside my truck with the windows up. There's someone standing on top of the grader. A guy in an orange safety vest and hard hat. He's also standing next to the grader and sitting in the cab. 3 versions, all moving independently. The one on top jumps down, except he doesn't land, he's just suddenly next to the standing version. And now there are 4 of them. They all turn toward my truck at the same time. I'm doing 40 through the construction zone, which is stupid. There's equipment and barriers and loose gravel, but the flickering construction workers are moving toward the road. Not fast, but that same wrong speed where they're suddenly closer without seeming to travel the distance. Something hits my passenger side door. Sounds like a baseball bat against sheet metal. I look right and see a hand pressed against the window. Just a hand, no arm attached, no body visible. The hand is young and old simultaneously. Smooth skin and liver spots occupying the same space. The hand slides down the window and disappears. I clear the construction zone doing 60. There's a shopping plaza ahead, Safeway, Walgreens, a Little Caesars, Big 5 Sporting Goods. The parking lot has maybe 30 cars. People are moving between the vehicles. Most of them are flickering. Some have 2 or 3 versions. One woman near the Safeway entrance has at least 8, ranging from a teenager to elderly, all overlapping like a time-lapse photograph. My phone rings. Jenna again. I'm 5 minutes out. Are you okay? Dad. They're in the classroom. Her voice is steady but too high-pitched, like she's forcing calm. Mr. Delacroix walked through the door. It was locked, but he walked through it. Or maybe he was already inside, I don't know. Brianna and Tyler are flickering now. Brianna touched me, but I don't feel different. Should I feel different? Did she break skin? Scratch you? Bite you? No, just grabbed my arm. But Dad, there's something else. The principal came back. Except it's not him from right now. He looks younger, like from old yearbook photos. And there's also an older version, and they're both trying to get in. I'm passing the Flagstaff Mall. The parking lot is chaos. Cars crashed into each other. A Pepsi delivery truck jackknifed it across the main entrance. I can see people in the lot, most of them flickering. Jenna, listen to me. Don't let any of them touch you again. Skin contact. Do you have anything you can use as a weapon? There's a fire extinguisher by the door. Some lab equipment. This is a physics classroom, so there's, Dad, why do I need a weapon? They're just people. Mr. Delacroix taught me for 3 months. He's not Mr. Delacroix anymore. The one touching people isn't. I need you to understand that. Silence. Then, okay. I'm 3 minutes away. Is there another way out of that classroom besides the door and windows? There's a connecting door to room 216, but it's locked from both sides. We'd need a key. What about the ceiling tiles? Drop ceiling. Yeah, standard grid pattern. But Dad, we're on the 2nd floor. If we go up into the ceiling, there's nowhere to. Static cuts through. When it clears, I hear my own voice. Need a weapon? Then Jenna saying something I haven't heard her say yet. Words I don't understand because they're reversed. Jenna? Jenna? Are you there? The call stays connected, but all I hear is static and reversed audio. Fragments of conversation that haven't happened or already happened or are happening in a different timeline. I can't tell. I'm on Humphreys Street now, 4 blocks from the high school. There's a Flagstaff PD patrol car stopped in the middle of the intersection at Forest Avenue. Light bar is on, driver's door open. No officer visible. Then I see him. He's on the sidewalk in the street, getting out of the car, sitting in the car. 5 versions at least. The one on the sidewalk is wearing his duty belt and holding his service weapon. The one in the street has already drawn and is aiming at something I can't see. The one getting out of the car looks younger, rookie-aged, maybe 23. The version with the gun drawn fires. I hear the shot. Then I hear it again half a second later from a different position. The muzzle flash happens twice, offset. I don't see what he's shooting at. I take the turn onto Edison too fast. My truck tilts, suspension protesting. For a second, I think I'm gonna roll, but the tires grip and I straighten out. Edison dead ends at the high school parking lot. There are people in the parking lot. Students, teachers, parents. Maybe 40 of them. Most are flickering. Some running, some standing still, some fighting. A woman I recognize, Diane Velasco, she works in the attendance office, helped me once when Jenna was out sick and the automated system screwed up her absence record, is standing near the flagpole. She's also lying on the ground. The standing version is older. The one on the ground is bleeding from a head wound. Both versions turn toward my truck. The B-Wing is the brick building on the north side of the campus. 2 stories, built in the 1970s before they updated the codes. My company bid on the electrical retrofit contract 3 years ago but lost to a cheaper outfit from Phoenix. The windows are the old single-pane type that they painted over for insulation instead of replacing properly. Second floor, room 214. I can see the window from here. There are shapes moving inside. Some of them are flickering. I park the truck perpendicular to the B-Wing entrance, blocking the doors. It won't stop anyone determined, but it might slow them down. Might give me 30 seconds if I need to get Jenna out fast. My toolbox is in the truck bed. Standard electrician's kit, wire strippers, voltage tester, lineman's pliers, a Klein Tools hammer that I've had since I started doing this work. Also a pry bar I use for panel covers and a mag light that takes 4D batteries. I grab the pry bar and the mag light. The mag light is heavy enough to double as a club if I need it to. I've never hit anyone with a flashlight before. I've been in 2 fights my whole life, both in high school, both stupid. The B-Wing entrance is unlocked. The hallway inside is empty, but I can hear sounds. Footsteps, voices, something dragging. The fluorescent lights overhead are flickering in a pattern that doesn't match the normal power cycle. They're going bright, dim, bright in a rhythm that makes my eyes hurt. Room 214 is halfway down the hall on the right side. The door is closed. There's a person standing outside it. A man in his 40s, dress shirt and tie, holding a keyring. Principal's keyring. I recognize the Flagstaff High lanyard. He's also not there. The space where he stands is empty and occupied simultaneously. I can see through him to the lockers behind, but I can also see him clearly solid. He turns toward me. His mouth opens. He speaks, but the words come out wrong, reversed, then forward, then both at once. Danger, stay away, not safe, breach. I raise the pry bar. He flickers. Suddenly he's 20 years younger. Dark hair instead of gray. Same tie. Then he's older, 60s, same position. Then he's himself again. All 3 versions move toward me. I swing the pry bar. The steel connects with the principal's middle version, the current aged one. The impact feels wrong, like hitting a stack of paper instead of a person. He flickers backward. Or forward. The timing doesn't make sense. He's where I hit him and also 3 feet back and also reaching for me. The oldest version's hand closes on my shoulder. Cold. The touch is so cold it burns. My jacket, Carhartt insulated, good to -10, feels like paper. I can feel his fingers through it, through my shirt, touching skin. I drop the pry bar and grab his wrist. Try to pull him off. His skin feels like static electricity made solid. My hand goes numb instantly. Then he's not there. Just gone. All 3 versions. The hallway is empty except for me and the pry bar on the floor. My shoulder hurts. I check under my jacket. There's a handprint on my skin. Not red like a burn or a bruise. Gray. Ashen. Like my skin aged 50 years in the shape of his fingers. I pick up the pry bar. My left hand doesn't want to close properly. The fingers move but feel disconnected. Like there's lag between intention and action. Room 214's door is locked. I can hear people inside. Multiple voices. Some of them overlapping in that backwards-forwards pattern. Someone is crying. Someone else is screaming. The screaming cuts off mid-sound, then starts again from the beginning. Jenna, it's Dad. I'm outside. The voices stop. I hear footsteps approaching the door. Then the door rattles, someone trying the handle from inside. "Dad!" Jenna's voice, clear, not layered. "The door's locked. Mr. Delacroix has the key. Had the key. There's 3 of him now and they're all." Step back from the door. Way back. I jam the pry bar into the gap between the door and frame, right at the lock plate. The door is solid wood, old construction, but the frame is just pine with a striker plate screwed in. 2 good hits with the pry bar and the screws start pulling out. 3rd hit and the door swings open. The classroom is wrong. There are people inside, but they're not all there at the same time. I see a kid sitting at a desk, but the desk is also empty, and the kid is also standing by the window. A girl near the front is flickering so fast she's almost a blur. Another student, boy, maybe 15, is on the floor near the teacher's desk. He's not moving. There are 3 versions of him. One is bleeding. One looks older, emaciated. The 3rd is a child, maybe 8 years old. Jenna is in the back corner near the lab equipment. She's not flickering. There are 4 other students with her pressed against the wall. 2 of them are flickering. One girl has her hand pressed against her mouth like she's trying not to scream. Mr. Delacroix, all 3 versions of him, is in the center of the classroom. One version is at the board like Jenna described, writing equations I don't understand. One is walking toward the students in the back corner. The 3rd is standing still, head tilted like he's listening to something. The walking version turns toward me. His face is slack, expression empty. He's not there behind the eyes. Whatever made him a person isn't in control anymore. "Jenna, come on. Now." She moves, pulls the girl next to her, the one not flickering, and they both run toward the door. The other 2 students in the corner don't move. They're both flickering. One of them starts to follow but stops mid-step, frozen like someone hit pause. Mr. Delacroix's walking version moves faster. That same wrong speed. He's 10 feet away, then 5, then reaching for Jenna. I hit him with the pry bar. The mag light would be better, more weight, better grip, but I dropped it somewhere and don't have time to look. The pry bar catches him in the ribs. He doesn't react, just keeps moving. His hand brushes Jenna's backpack as she goes past me into the hallway. The bored version of Mr. Delacroix turns, looks at me. His mouth moves. Field integrity compromised, temporal coherence, failing causality loop, established radius expanding. Not his voice. Multiple voices. Different ages, same words. Overlapping. I back out of the classroom, pull the door shut. It won't latch properly with the striker plate torn up, but it closes. Jenna and the other girl are in the hallway. The girl is Asian, short hair, athletic build. She's wearing a Flagstaff track and field hoodie. I don't know her name. "Are you bit? Scratched? Did he touch skin?" Jenna shakes her head. "No, he touched my backpack. That's all." The other girl nods. "Same. I'm okay. I think I'm okay." "What's your name?" "Trish. Trish Vanderpool. My mom works at the hospital. Do you know if—" "I don't know anything. We need to get out of the building." The hallway has more people now. Students, teachers, some flickering, some not. A woman in her 30s is standing near the stairs. She's not flickering, but she's covered in that same gray handprint discoloration. Her arms, her face, her neck. She sees us and starts moving. Other way. Fire exit on the east end. We run. Jenna keeps pace. Trish is faster, track team makes sense, but she stays with us. Behind us I hear the classroom door open. Footsteps. Multiple sets. Same rhythm, slightly offset timing. The fire exit is a push bar door with a crash bar that's supposed to be alarmed. I hit it and the door opens. No alarm. We're outside on the east side of the B-wing. There's a maintenance access road here. Cracked asphalt with weeds growing through. The parking lot is visible 50 yards away. My truck is still there, still blocking the main entrance. There are people around it now. Some flickering, some not. I can't tell from this distance which are which. Stay close. We're going to my truck. Jenna grabs my right arm. Dad, your shoulder. What happened? I look down. The gray handprint has spread. It's covering my shoulder and creeping down my arm. The skin looks desiccated. ancient. The fingers of my left hand are gray up to the second knuckle. It's fine. We need to move. That's not fine. That's... Jenna, we need to move now. We cross the maintenance road. There's a fence separating the school from the residential area behind it. Chain link, 6 feet tall, topped with barbed wire that's more rust than metal. The gate is padlocked, but the lock is old. I hit it twice with the pry bar and it breaks. Behind us, more footsteps. I look back. There are people coming from the B-wing. At least a dozen. Most of them flickering. One of them is principal, I don't know his name, never needed to, and he's got 5 or 6 versions now, different ages, all moving together but independently. We go through the gate into someone's backyard. A small house, single story, pale yellow paint, chain link dog run on the side. There's a German shepherd in the run. It's barking, also not barking. 2 versions, one silent, one making noise. The house's back door is open. Someone is standing in the doorway. An older man, 70s, wearing a Diamondbacks cap and a flannel shirt. He's flickering. Just 2 versions, slightly offset. Don't go near him, I tell Jenna and Trish. Around the side, through the front yard. We go around the house. The side yard is narrow, maybe 3 feet between the house and the fence. The German shepherd's dog run is here. The barking version lunges at the fence. The silent version just watches us. The front yard opens onto a residential street. I don't know the name. The houses here are older, 1960s construction, most of them well-maintained. There are cars parked on the street. Some running, doors open. One garage door is open and I can see someone inside, working on a motorcycle. They're flickering. 3 versions. One is working on the bike. One is standing. One is younger, wearing different clothes. My truck is 2 blocks away. We have to cross through the residential area to get back to the school parking lot. Dad, we should go the other direction. Away from the school. Truck has supplies. Food, water, first aid kit. We need it. We can find another car. Someone left their keys. Trish points to a Subaru Outback parked on the street. Engine running. Driver's door open. She's right. It's the smart choice. Take a different vehicle, go away from the concentration of flickering people at the school. But my truck has Jenna's emergency bag. I put it there 3 years ago after a wildfire evacuation scare. Change of clothes, her medications, she's got a peanut allergy, carries an EpiPen, copies of important documents, cash. Everything the Red Cross website says you should have. Also, my work radio is in the truck. A PS frequency. If anyone from the company is still coordinating, still has information about what's happening, I can reach them. Also, it's my truck. 2015 F250, 180,000 miles. Willie Nelson stuck in the CD player. Coffee stain on the passenger seat from 2 years ago that I keep meaning to clean. It's mine and I know it works and I don't know anything about the Subaru except that someone left it running. We're getting my truck. Jenna doesn't argue. Trish looks like she wants to but doesn't say anything. We move down the street staying close to the houses using parked cars for cover. There's a woman ahead on the sidewalk. Not flickering. She's pulling a child's wagon, one of those red radio flyer ones. The wagon is empty except for a car battery and jumper cables. She sees us and stops. Are you infected? She asks. No, I don't mention my shoulder. Where are you going? Flagstaff High parking lot. My truck. She shakes her head. There's dozens of them there now. Cops tried to set up a perimeter, but... She gestures vaguely. Some of the cops are flickering too. They're saying on the radio to head south, away from peaks. They're saying it's spreading from the research facility. What radio? AM 640. Emergency broadcast. Keeps cutting out, but when it's clear, they're saying evacuate south. Trish speaks up. My mom's at the hospital. Flagstaff Medical Center. If we can get there. Hospital's overrun, the woman says. I came from that direction. People were flickering in the ER. In the parking lot. It's everywhere. My phone rings. Perry again. I answer. Ray, listen to me. The company's evacuating all field personnel. They're saying this thing spreads by touch and there's no stopping it. The Peaks facility has multiple breaches. Time dilation fields are expanding. We're pulling everyone south to. His voice layers. Multiple Perrys talking, different ages, same words offset by seconds. Get out of Flagstaff, get out now, the field is static. Then a voice I don't recognize. Containment failed, 10:52 a.m. Exposure radius, approximately 15 miles, and expanding estimated growth rate. The call drops. I look at my shoulder. The gray discoloration has reached my elbow. My left hand is completely gray now, fingers stiff. When I flex them, they move but feel wooden. Jenna is looking at my arm. Dad, you're infected. I'm fine. You're turning gray. I said I'm fine. Trish backs away. If you're infected, you could spread it. We shouldn't. I'm getting my truck. You can come or not. The woman with the wagon is already leaving, pulling it down the street away from us. Trish looks at Jenna, then at me, then back at Jenna. I'm going to find my mom, Trish says. Good luck. She runs. North toward the hospital. Not south like the radio said. Jenna stays. You should go with her. I tell my daughter. No. Jenna. No, Dad. We're getting your truck. Then we're leaving. Together. My left arm is gray from fingertips to shoulder now. The discoloration is spreading across my chest. I can feel it. Cold. Like frostbite, but from inside. The parking lot is 1 block away. We cross the front yard of the last house on the street. The driveway connects to a side road that runs parallel to the school property. 50 yards and we're at the edge of the parking lot, using a row of parked cars for cover. The parking lot has maybe 20 people visible. Half are flickering. The others are running, fighting, or standing frozen. One person, can't tell from here if it's a man or woman, is lying on the ground near the flagpole. Multiple versions of them. One version is moving. The others aren't. My truck is where I left it, perpendicular to the B-wing entrance. Someone is standing next to it. A cop. Flagstaff PD uniform. He's not flickering. He's holding his service weapon aimed at the B-wing entrance. That's Officer Dempsey, Jenna says. He does assemblies about drunk driving. He's okay. He'll help us. We approach from the side, staying low behind parked cars. When we're 30 feet away, I call out, Officer, Ray Zamora, Arizona Public Service. My daughter and I need to get to my truck. Dempsey turns. He's young, maybe 28, Hispanic, clean-shaven. His nameplate reads Dempsey R. His weapon stays pointed toward the B-wing, but his eyes track us. You infected? No. I keep my left arm against my side, trying to hide the gray. Your arm. Let me see your arm. I don't move it. Sir, I need to see your arm. Now. Jenna steps between us. He's not flickering. He got touched, but he's not flickering. We just need to get to his truck and leave. Dempsey looks at her, then at me. Getting touched is how it spreads. Contact with infected transfers temporal instability. You've got maybe an hour before you start phasing. Maybe less. I'm fine. I just need. You're not fine. Look at your arm. I look down. My entire left side is gray now. Shoulder to fingertips, spreading across my ribs. The skin looks like leather left in the sun for years. When I move my arm, the skin doesn't flex right. Cracks at the joints, but no blood comes out. Just more gray. How long have you been exposed? 10 minutes. Maybe 15. You're progressing fast. Some people it takes an hour. Others go in minutes. Dempsey lowers his weapon slightly. I can't let you take your daughter if you're infected. You'll spread it to her. She's been with me the whole time. If it was going to spread, it already would have. That's not how it works. We've had cases. People were fine for 30 minutes, then boom, everyone around them starts flickering. Physical contact accelerates it, but proximity is enough. Jenna grabs my right arm, the one that's still normal. Dad's fine. He's not flickering. We're leaving together. Movement from the B-wing entrance. The door is opening. People are coming out. Students, teachers, most of them flickering. One version of a person exits, then another version, then a third. All the same person at different ages, moving independently. Dempsey raises his weapon again. Get behind me, both of you. More people exit the building. I count 12, 15, 20. Some are kids from Jenna's class. I recognize a few faces. One boy, tall, basketball player build, has 4 versions. The youngest looks middle school aged. The oldest is in his 30s. They spread out into the parking lot. Not coordinated but not random either. Like they're searching or hunting. We need to go, I tell Dempsey. Now, before they. One of the flickering people stops, turns toward us. A woman, maybe 40, wearing a teacher's lanyard. Her flickering accelerates. I count 6 versions now, 8, 10. They're overlapping so fast I can barely see the individual instances. She moves. That wrong speed again. She's 50 yards away, then 30, then 10. Dempsey fires. 3 rounds, center mass. The shots hit. I see the impact, but she doesn't stop. One version staggers. Another keeps coming. A third hasn't been hit yet, or was hit in the past, or will be hit in the future. The timing doesn't track. She reaches for Dempsey. He sidesteps, fires again. This time he hits her head. One version drops. The others keep moving. Her hand touches his shoulder. Just a brush. Less than a second of contact. Dempsey stumbles back. No. No, no, no. His left shoulder. The uniform is turning gray. Not just the fabric. His skin underneath. I can see it spreading, creeping down his arm like frostbite. He looks at me. Take your daughter and go. Don't touch anyone. Don't let anyone touch her. What about you? I'm infected now. I've got maybe 20 minutes before I start phasing. He checks his watch. It's 11:14. By 11:35, I'll be one of them. He looks at Jenna. Get in the truck. Go south. Away from peaks. The military's setting up checkpoints at Camp Verde, maybe Prescott. They'll have containment, quarantine. More flickering people are coming toward us. The woman who touched Dempsey is still standing there, all her versions reaching for him simultaneously. He shoots her again and again, keeps firing until his magazine is empty. She drops. All versions at once. They don't disappear, just fall. And then I see her start to move again. Different versions. Younger, older, getting back up. Keys in the truck? Dempsey asks me. Yeah. Go. Now. I grab Jenna's arm, my right hand, the one that still works properly, and we run to my truck. The door is unlocked. Jenna gets in passenger side. I get in driver side. Keys are in the ignition where I left them. The radio is on, same static as before. Behind us, Dempsey is reloading. His left arm is completely gray. The discoloration is spreading across his chest, up his neck. He's moving slower, like the gray is making him heavier. I start the truck. Takes 3 tries. The starter's been sluggish lately, needs replacement, but it catches. I throw it in reverse, pull away from the B-wing entrance, then forward toward the parking lot exit. In the rearview mirror, I see Dempsey fire again. Then he flickers, just once. A second version of him appears, slightly offset, younger. Both versions are shooting, but the timing is wrong. One fires, then the other, echo effect. The parking lot exit is blocked. 2 cars crashed into each other. A Dodge Charger and a Toyota Camry. There's space between them and the curb. Maybe 5 feet. My truck is 6.5 feet wide without the mirrors. I fold in the passenger side mirror. Ram the gap. Metal scrapes. The side of my truck hits the Camry and drags along it, tearing paint, but we get through. Jenna is breathing hard. Where are we going? South, like Dempsey said, away from peaks. What about Trish? She went to the hospital. We can't help her. Dad, her mom. I know. We can't help them. My left arm is completely gray now. The discoloration has spread across my entire chest and is moving down my right side. I can feel it in my face. Cold. Numb. When I touch my left cheek with my right hand, the skin feels like old paper. Dad, you're getting worse. I'm fine. Stop saying that. You're not fine. We need to find help. A hospital. A doctor. Hospital's overrun. You heard the woman with the wagon. Then what are we going to do? I don't have an answer. The radio is still static, but occasionally I hear fragments. Words that might be instructions or might be echoes of broadcasts from different times. Evacuate. Containment. Too late. We're on Route 89A heading south. Traffic is light. Some cars are stopped on the side of the road. Others are driving normally. I pass a minivan doing 35 in a 55 zone. The driver is hunched over the wheel. I can see their shoulders. Gray. My vision is starting to flicker. Not like the infected people, not multiple versions. Just lag. I see the road ahead. Then I see where the road was a second ago, images overlapping. My hands on the steering wheel are my hands, but also older hands. Knuckles thick with arthritis, liver spots across the skin. Dad, you're flickering. No, I'm not. Dad. I'm not flickering, Jenna. I'm fine. I see my hands. 3 versions. Current, old, older. They overlap on the steering wheel. All 3 are steering, but the movements don't sync. The truck drifts right. Correct. Overcorrect. We swerve left. Dad. Stop the truck. Can't stop. Have to get you south. Away from. Dad, please. Stop the truck. I pull over. We're on a straight section of highway. Pine forest on both sides. There's a scenic overlook here. Small parking area. Empty except for 1 car. A red Ford Focus with the driver's door hanging open. I put the truck in park. Look at my hands. For versions now. 5. They're flickering faster. I can see myself at different ages. 20s when I first started working for APS. 40s when Jenna was born. 60s, 70s. An old man's hands. A dead man's hands. I'm infected, I say. Dempsey was right. I've got maybe 10 minutes before I'm completely phased. Jenna is crying. We can fix this. There has to be a way to fix this. There's no fixing it. It's spreading. Once it starts, it doesn't stop. Then what am I supposed to do? And that's the question, isn't it? What is she supposed to do? I look at my daughter, 16 years old, honor student, wants to be a pharmacist. She's got her mother's eyes. Her mother, who left when Jenna was 3, moved to California, sends birthday cards twice a year if I'm lucky. Jenna doesn't remember her well enough to miss her. I raised this girl. I've been to every parent-teacher conference, every school event, every doctor's appointment. I look at my hands. They're almost completely phased now. 6, 7 versions. I can barely tell which is current. My whole body feels cold, distant, like I'm watching myself from outside. I've got 2 choices. Option 1, get out of the truck. Walk into the forest. Let Jenna drive south by herself. She's got her learner's permit, but not her full license yet. She's driven maybe 40 hours total, most of it in town, never on the highway. But she knows how to drive. She can make it to Camp Verde, maybe Prescott, find the military checkpoints, get to safety, leave her alone. 16 years old. No family within 500 miles. Her mother won't take her. I know that for certain. Jenna would go into foster care or some kind of emergency shelter. She'd have to finish high school somewhere else. Apply to colleges by herself. Figure out financial aid, housing, all the things I was supposed to help her with. She'd be alive but alone. Option 2, stay in the truck. Try to keep control as long as I can. Drive south with her. Maybe I've got 20 minutes, 30 before I'm fully phased. Maybe I can get her most of the way to Camp Verde before I lose coherence. Maybe someone at the checkpoint can help me, quarantine me, something. But Dempsey said proximity is enough. Physical contact accelerates it, but just being near infected people can spread it. If I stay with Jenna, I might infect her. She's been near me for 45 minutes already. If it's gonna spread to her, it probably already has. Or maybe not. Maybe she's got immunity. Some people might. The woman with the wagon wasn't infected, and she'd clearly been near infected people. If I stay, I'm gambling with my daughter's life. If she gets infected because I stayed with her, because I was selfish and wanted 20 more minutes with my child, I'll have killed her. If I go, I'm abandoning her. 16 years old. Alone. Everything I've done since her mother left. Every choice, every sacrifice, Every late night helping with homework and early morning packing lunches and weekends at track meets. It all ends with me walking into the forest and leaving her to figure out the rest of her life by herself. I look at Jenna. She's looking at me, waiting for me to tell her what to do. Dad, my throat is tight. The gray has reached my neck. When I try to speak, my voice comes out layered. Multiple versions of me talking at once. You need to drive. I can navigate, tell you where to go, but you need to drive. Okay. Jenna, if I start flickering, if I start phasing out completely, you need to leave me. Pull over and leave. Don't try to help me. Don't touch me. Just go. Dad, I'm not. Promise me. Promise me you'll leave if I phase out. She's crying harder now. I promise. Say it. Say you'll leave me if I start phasing. I'll leave you if you start phasing. I promise. I don't believe her. I can hear it in her voice. She's lying. If I phase out completely, she'll try to help me. She'll touch me, and then she'll be infected too. I should get out now. Walk into the forest. Make the choice for her. But I don't. I slide over to the passenger seat. My body feels wrong, disconnected. Multiple versions of me moving at the same time. Jenna gets out and comes around to the driver's side. She's never driven my truck before. It's bigger than the Nissan Sentra we use for her practice driving. Higher up, different sight lines. She adjusts the seat, the mirrors, puts on her seatbelt. Her hands are shaking. You're going to be fine, I tell her. It's just like the Sentra, bigger but the same principles. Gas, brake, steering. Okay, speed limit's 55, but you can do 60. Stay in the right lane. We'll follow 89A to Route 17, then south to Camp Verde. How far? 40 miles. 45. You can do this. She puts the truck in drive. We pull out of the scenic overlook back onto the highway. I watch her drive. She's tentative at first, gripping the wheel too tight, overcorrecting on the turns. But she settles in, gets a feel for the truck. Her speed creeps up from 45 to 50 to 55. My vision is flickering badly now. I see the road ahead. I see the road from 10 years ago when I drove this route to Phoenix for a company training. I see the road 50 years from now, cracked and overgrown. All the versions overlap. I can't tell which is real. My hands aren't just old anymore. They're gone. Skeletal. Then young. Then gone again. Empty space where my hands should be. Dad, I'm here. You're flickering really bad. I know. Keep driving. Don't look at me. Watch the road. She's crying, but she keeps driving. The speedometer reads 58. Good. She's doing good. I see myself getting out of the truck, walking into the forest, leaving Jenna. This version of me is older, gray-haired. He walks slowly. He doesn't look back. I see myself staying in the truck. This version is younger. He's trying to reach for the radio, trying to call for help. His hand passes through the controls like smoke. I see myself dead. This version is slumped in the passenger seat. Not moving, not flickering, just still. I see myself as a child, 7 years old, sitting in my father's truck while he works on a power line in Prescott. I'm eating a peanut butter sandwich. My father is on the pole, 40 feet up, wearing a harness and climbers. He's singing to himself. I can't hear the words, but I can see his mouth moving. Dad, there's something ahead. On the road. I try to focus. The present version of the road. There's a figure standing in the middle of the southbound lane. Person. Flickering. Multiple versions. They're not moving. Just standing there. Go around them. There's another one. On the shoulder. More figures. 3, 4, 5. All flickering. All standing still. Watching the road. Or watching something. I can't tell what. Drive through them. Dad. They can't stop the truck. Drive through them. She accelerates. We're doing 65 now. 70. The figures get closer. I can see details. One is a woman in her 50s wearing a Walmart vest. Another is a teenager boy, basketball shoes. Another is elderly, walker beside them. We hit the first one. The woman with the Walmart vest. The impact is that same hollow sound. Paper, not flesh. The truck doesn't slow. We pass through her, or she passes through us. I can't tell which. The interior of the truck flickers. For a second, we're somewhere else. Different road, different time. The truck is older, or newer. Jenna is driving, but she's also not there. The driver's seat is empty. Then we're back. Present. Highway 89A. Jenna is still driving, still crying, still alive. I think I'm phasing, I tell her. I can't see the present clearly anymore. Everything's overlapping. Dad, I don't know where we are. The road signs aren't making sense. I look out the windshield, try to focus. The road ahead is 89A, or it's Route 17, or it's a dirt road, all three at once. The pine forest is there and also not there. Sometimes it's desert, sometimes it's nothing. Keep going south. Trust the compass. What compass? On the dash, the little one I stuck there. Stay south. She looks at the compass. Small plastic thing stuck to the dashboard with adhesive. I put it there 5 years ago because the truck's built-in compass was broken. It shows south, or it shows north, or it's spinning. Dad, it's not working right. I look at the compass. It's showing every direction simultaneously. The needle is in all positions at once. Use the sun. Sun should be, I try to remember, it's 11:30-ish. Morning. Sun should be southeast. Sun should be on your left. Keep it on your left. Okay. I look at my daughter driving my truck. Her face is wet from crying. Her hands are steady on the wheel. She's doing 72 miles per hour on a highway that may or may not be the right highway. I see her at 8 years old, first day of 3rd grade. New backpack. Nervous about her teacher. I walk her to the classroom. She makes me promise to pick her up exactly at 3:15. Not a minute later. I see her at 12 years old. Middle school graduation. She's on stage getting an award for perfect attendance. I'm in the audience taking photos with a camera that doesn't work right. Half the pictures come out blurry. I see her at 25. College graduate. She's wearing a white coat. Pharmacy degree. She's smiling. I'm not in this version. I'm not there to see it. I see her at 16 right now driving a truck too big for her on a highway that's collapsing through time. She's crying. I'm in the passenger seat, but I'm also not there. I'm flickering, phasing, disappearing. Jenna. Yeah, Dad. I'm proud of you. Dad, don't do that. You're going to be fine. We're going to figure this out. I need you to know. Everything I did, raising you, all of it, you're the best thing I ever did. You're going to be okay. You're going to... I can't finish. My voice is layered too thick. 5 versions talking. 10, 20. Different ages, different words, all overlapping. The sound is incomprehensible. Jenna is screaming now. Dad, Dad, stay with me. I'm in the passenger seat. I'm also not there. Empty seat. Then I'm there again. Old man, young man, child, all at once. None at all. I see my father on the power line in Prescott. He's 40 feet up. He turns to wave at me. His hand passes through the pole. He falls, or he doesn't fall. He's climbing down normally. Both versions happen simultaneously. I see Jenna at 16 driving a truck through a temporal collapse zone. I'm beside her. I'm not beside her. I'm walking into a forest. I'm dead in the passenger seat. I'm 7 years old eating a sandwich while my father works. I see everything, every version of myself, every choice I made and didn't make. All of them real, all of them happening now. Jenna is still driving. I'm still here. I'm not here. I'm still here. Passenger seat of my 2015 F-250. Jenna's driving. Speed is 74. The compass on the dash shows south, or north, or everything. I can't tell anymore. My hands are on my lap. 3 versions. Old, older, gone. They flicker. Solid, then transparent, then solid again. The gray has spread to my entire body. When I look down, I see myself at every age. 7-year-old me, 40-year-old me, dead me, all occupying the same space. Dad, you're still here. You're still... Jenna's voice breaks. Don't leave. Please don't leave. I try to respond. My mouth moves. Multiple versions of my mouth. The words come out layered. Backward, forward, overlapping. I can hear myself say, I'm here, and also hear it reversed, and also hear words I haven't said yet. The highway ahead is changing. Sometimes it's 89A. Sometimes it's Route 17. Sometimes it's not paved at all. The forest flickers between pine trees and desert scrub and nothing. Empty space where trees should be. Jenna keeps driving. Her knuckles are white on the steering wheel. She's not looking at me, eyes fixed on the road, or where the road should be. I see her at the military checkpoint. She's alone, 16 years old, pulling up in a truck that's not hers. Or it is hers. I'm not there to sign the title transfer. She has to explain to a soldier why she's driving her father's truck, where her father is, what happened. The soldier asks questions. She doesn't have answers. She says I'm infected. She says I phased out somewhere on 89A. She says she kept driving like I told her to. They put her in quarantine. 72 hours. Standard procedure for anyone coming from the contamination zone. She sits in a tent with 20 other people. Some of them are flickering. They get separated, taken somewhere else. She doesn't see them again. After quarantine, they process her. Foster system. She's 16, almost 17. Arizona Child Protective Services. She gets placed with a family in Phoenix she's never met. The father works for a bank. The mother teaches elementary school. They have 2 younger kids. They're nice. They mean well. They ask about her parents. She tells them her mother left when she was 3. She tells them her father died in the Flagstaff temporal breach. She doesn't tell them she watched him phase out in the passenger seat while she drove. She doesn't tell them he's still there, probably. Multiple versions of him. Still in the truck. Still trying to talk to her with words that come out wrong. I can see all of this. Every version. It's happening now. It happened yesterday. It'll happen tomorrow. Time doesn't work right anymore. Not for me. Dad, there's a checkpoint ahead. I can see there's trucks. Military trucks. Barricades. I try to focus. Present. Now, the road ahead shows Camp Verde. Or Prescott. Signs say different things depending on which version I look at. One sign says, Checkpoint Alpha. Stop for inspection. Another sign says, Danger. Temporal field active. A third sign isn't there at all. The barricades are solid. Army vehicles. Humvees. Troops with rifles. They're real. Or they're flickering too. I can't tell. Jenna slows down. 50 miles per hour. 40. 30. She's approaching the checkpoint carefully. Her hands are still shaking. A soldier steps into the road. He's holding up one hand. Stop signal. He's not flickering. Not yet. He looks maybe 25. Clean uniform. Standard issue M4 rifle across his chest. Jenna stops the truck. 30 feet from the barricade. The soldier approaches. He's scanning the truck, looking for signs of infection. I can see him register the F-250. Work vehicle. EPS logo on the door. He looks at Jenna. Sees she's young. Looks at me. I'm still here. Sort of. Flickering badly now. Multiple versions of me visible in the passenger seat. He sees it. His hand moves toward his rifle. Driver, step out of the vehicle. Slowly. Keep your hands visible. Jenna looks at me. Dad. I can't respond. My voice won't work. Just static. Multiple versions of my voice saying different things. She understands anyway. She opens the door. Steps out. Hands up. Are you infected? The soldier asks. No, I don't think so. I was at Flagstaff High when it started. My dad. She gestures toward me. He's infected. He got touched by someone at the school. But I didn't. I haven't been touched. 2 more soldiers approach. They have equipment. Scanners, maybe. Medical gear. One of them runs something over Jenna's arms, her neck. Checking for contamination. The device beeps. Green light. She's clean. You're not infected, the first soldier says. We're going to need to put you in quarantine anyway. Standard 72 hours. After that, you'll be processed for relocation. What about my dad? Your father is infected. We can't allow him past the checkpoint. But he's still in there. He's still alive. Ma'am, your father is phasing. Multiple temporal versions of his body occupying the same space. The infection destabilizes physical coherence across time. He's not surviving this. He's there. I can see him. What you're seeing is his body existing at multiple ages simultaneously. The temporal infection makes the physical form unstable. There's no reversing it. Jenna is crying again, harder than before. He drove me out. He told me what to do. He's still. I'm sorry. We have protocols. Infected individuals cannot pass the checkpoint. The truck will be impounded and decontaminated. That's his truck. He needs it. His tools are in there. His work radio. Everything. Ma'am, you need to come with us. Now. Jenna looks back at the truck. At me. I'm still in the passenger seat. Still flickering. I can see her seeing me. I can see all the versions of her. 8 years old on the first day of 3rd grade. 12 years old at graduation. 16 right now. 25 with a pharmacy degree. I can see the version of her that becomes a pharmacist. She works at a CVS in Phoenix. She's good at her job. She memorizes interactions, catches prescription errors, saves lives. She lives alone in a 1-bedroom apartment near Camelback Mountain. She doesn't talk about her father. When coworkers ask about family, she says her parents are dead. It's not a lie. Not exactly. I can see the version of her that doesn't finish high school. She runs away from the foster home in Phoenix. Gets arrested for shoplifting at a Walgreens. Spends 6 months in juvenile detention. Gets out at 18. Works retail. Fast food. Never applies to college. Never becomes a pharmacist. I can see the version of her that goes back to Flagstaff. After the quarantine ends. After the military establishes a containment zone. She goes back to find me. To find my truck. Still there. Parked where the checkpoint was. The barricades are gone. The soldiers are gone. The truck is empty. She sits in the driver's seat. The one she drove 74 miles per hour while her father phased out next to her. She sits there for 2 hours. Doesn't cry. Doesn't move. Eventually someone finds her. Asks if she's okay. She says yes. She's lying. All these versions are real. All of them are happening. Time doesn't collapse into one timeline anymore. Not after the breach. Everything exists simultaneously. The soldiers are escorting Jenna away from the truck. She's not fighting, just walking, looking back every few steps. I can see her mouth moving. She's saying something. Dad, maybe. Or, I'm sorry. Or, I promised. I can't hear her. My hearing is layered too thick. Multiple versions of sound. Everything at once. I'm alone in the truck. Multiple versions of alone. I'm 7 years old in my father's truck eating a peanut butter sandwich. I'm 43 years old driving Jenna to school on her first day of high school. I'm 68 years old dying in a hospital I'll never actually reach. I'm not here at all. The passenger door is open. I didn't see anyone open it. Maybe it was always open. Maybe it'll be open 5 minutes from now. The soldiers are checking the truck now. One of them is looking at me. All the versions of me. He's wearing protective gear. Hazmat style. He has a device that measures temporal instability. The screaming. Red lights. Maximum contamination. Subject is fully phased, he says into a radio. Body exists across at least 40 distinct time states simultaneously. Vehicle is total loss. Recommend immediate incineration. Another voice on the radio. Command probably. Approved. Clear the area and deploy incendiary. The soldier backs away from the truck. They're setting up equipment. I can see canisters. Thermite, maybe. Military-grade incendiary. They're going to burn the truck. And me. All versions of me. I see myself burning. Multiple versions. Different ages. All of them on fire. The truck's interior melts. The metal frame glows orange then white. Everything burns. I see myself not burning. This version phases out before the thermite deploys. Just disappears. Gone into time stream fragments. No body left to burn. I see myself staying solid long enough to burn completely. This version doesn't phase. Just dies normally. Human death by fire. 43 years old. Father of one. Electrician for Arizona Public Service. He screams. All his versions scream simultaneously. Jenna is at the quarantine tent. She can't see the truck from here. The checkpoint is over a hill. But she knows. She knows what they're doing. She's sitting on a cot between two other people. One of them is flickering. They take that person away. She doesn't cry, just sits there, hands folded in her lap. Someone brings her food. She doesn't eat it. Someone asks if she needs anything. She says no. At night, she lies on the cot and stares at the tent ceiling. There are 42 support poles. She counts them, then counts them again. 42. She counts them 17 times before she falls asleep. She dreams about driving. Highway 89A. Her father in the passenger seat. He's flickering. She's crying. She's always crying in these dreams. The road never ends. She drives 74 miles per hour forever. She wakes up, still in the quarantine tent. It's been 19 hours, 53 hours to go. Then processing, then foster care, then a life she wasn't supposed to have. I'm still in the truck. I'm not in the truck. I'm burning. I'm not burning. I'm 7 years old eating a sandwich while my father climbs a power line. I'm 43 years old watching my daughter drive away from a checkpoint while soldiers prepare to incinerate everything I own. I'm every age at once. I'm no age at all. Jenna is at the CVS in Phoenix. 5 years after the breach. She's filling a prescription for blood pressure medication. The customer is elderly. He reminds her of someone, but she can't place it. He asks if she's been doing this long. She says yes. He says she's good at it. She says thank you. She goes home to her one-bedroom apartment, eats dinner alone, watches television, goes to bed, doesn't dream about driving. She stopped dreaming about that 3 years ago. Now she just doesn't sleep well. Every morning she checks the news about Flagstaff. The containment zone is still active. 50-mile radius. No civilian access. The temporal breach stabilized after 6 months but never closed. The military says it's permanent. The research facility at Peaks is gone. The whole site phased out completely. Just empty space now where buildings used to be. Flagstaff High School is still there. Partially. The B-wing is gone. Or it's there but you can't enter it. Anyone who tries phases immediately. They stopped trying after the first dozen casualties. The parking lot is accessible. Someone took photos, posted them online. Jenna looked at them once. There's wreckage from crashed cars, abandoned belongings, blood stains that flicker, visible in some photos, gone in others, depending on which time stream the camera captured. Her father's truck isn't there. She doesn't know if it burned or if it's somewhere else or if it phased completely. The military won't tell her. They won't confirm or deny anything about specific vehicles or individuals. She has his driver's license. It was in her backpack. She grabbed it before they took her to quarantine. She doesn't know why, just knew she needed something physical. Proof he existed. The license says Raymond Zamora. Height 5 feet 10 inches. Weight 192. Organ donor. It expires in 2027. 3 years from now. He'll be 46. If he was alive. If time worked normally. She carries the license in her wallet. Doesn't look at it often. Every few months. Usually late at night when she can't sleep. She takes it out. Looks at the photo. Her father at 43. Clean-shaven. Tired eyes. Slight smile because the DMV photographer told him to smile. She doesn't remember what his voice sounded like toward the end. Before the layering. Before the multiple versions. She remembers fragments. I'm proud of you. You're going to be okay. But she can't hear the voice clearly anymore. Just her memory of a memory. She wonders if he's still phasing. If some version of him is still in the truck somewhere across collapsed time streams. if he's still trying to talk to her with words that come out backward and forward simultaneously. She wonders if he saw her future, if the temporal phasing showed him what would happen to her, if he knew she'd end up here. Phoenix, CVS, one-bedroom apartment, alone. She wonders if he chose to stay in the truck, if getting out and walking into the forest would have been kinder for both of them, if his last choice, staying with her despite the infection, was love or selfishness or both. She doesn't forgive him for staying. She doesn't forgive him for not staying long enough. She doesn't forgive herself for driving when he told her to, for not stopping, for not trying harder to help, for promising to leave him if he phased and then keeping that promise. She has a scar on her right arm, not from the breach, from 2 years later, accident at work, dropped a bottle of medication, tried to catch it, cut herself on broken glass, 8 stitches. The scar is shaped like a crescent moon. She looks at it sometimes, thinks about scars you can see and scars you can't. The customers at CVS don't know anything about her. She's just the pharmacist, efficient, professional, good at her job. She doesn't talk about family, doesn't mention Flagstaff, doesn't tell them she survived a temporal breach that killed hundreds and infected thousands. Doesn't tell them she watched her father phase out in the passenger seat while she drove 74 miles per hour on a highway that existed across multiple time streams simultaneously. Doesn't tell them she still counts ceiling tiles when she can't sleep. 42. Always 42. Even in different rooms, different buildings. She counts them anyway. Doesn't tell them she hasn't driven a truck since. Can't. Tried once. Got in the driver's seat of a rental. Hands started shaking. Couldn't breathe. Had to get out. Doesn't tell them anything. At night, when the apartment is quiet and the Phoenix traffic sounds like static, she sometimes hears her father's voice, layered, backward and forward, multiple versions, saying words she can't understand. She tells herself it's memory, trauma, neural pathways misfiring. She doesn't believe herself. She's 21 years old. 5 years after the breach. 5 years of carrying a driver's license for a man who either burned in a government incinerator or phased into infinite temporal fragments or both. 5 years of knowing she made a choice, driving away, following his instructions, surviving, and that choice killed something in her that never grew back. She's alive, employed, functional. She counts ceiling tiles. She keeps the license. She doesn't drive trucks. She doesn't forgive.